Welcome back to part 2 of how to install VS Code on a Raspberry Pi. First, let's make sure that we have Snap installed. Check the version, and let's make sure we've got Flutter and Dart installed. The previous video showed you how to do that. Assuming all that's ready to go, now we're going to use the command line to install VS Code. Type it in exactly like you see it, and I show the whole process so that you can know if your Raspberry Pi locks up or if it's just taking a long time. So I'm going to leave you to watch the screen, or you can jump forward. I will put the video timeline chapters in the description. So I'll see you back in a few minutes when this is all done. So now I'll jump back in. We're just about done, and you'll watch the screen and it will be complete. You've got VS Code installed. Now we're going to go back to the desktop and we are going to launch Visual Studio Code. If you don't see that, repeat the process and steps that I had earlier. The Raspberry Pi with 2 gig of RAM is very slow, so just be patient. It's not really designed to run VS Code, but we have it installed, so it makes it easier for us to do Flutter apps. It's taking time to build. You'll see the color change. When I mean build, it's loading, and then when that color changes, then you begin to see some of the other features kick in. Right now, I'm going to create a new project. I've already got 2 on the Pi, the same. It's just a test app. But basically, I just wanted to show you how I have Alitech and then developer, so it's easy to find the command line. And then this is some software. It has nothing to do with what you're doing. So then I click on the folder I want, and then I type in the name's going to come up here in just a sec. It's got to be all lowercase with either hyphens or underscore. So use a name that makes sense to you and put it in a place that you can find, because we're going to do everything via command line when we build and run in the next video. This video is just focused on getting VS Code set up, make sure it's running, and then also in a few minutes we're going to be removing Ninja, which is the builder, and reinstalling it. Be patient, this takes time. Basically, this is the Flutter starter app. They give you a working app that has a counter, and it's really good because it shows you there's a lot of comments in there about how it works and what pieces are in there, but we're just using it for demonstration purposes. And we're coming up to the completion of this. In the comments, let me know if you have more RAM, if this is faster for you. Okay, there you have it. Now I opened up the main, which is the Like in other programming, that's where you start. Now we're going to check for the Linux device. If you installed everything correctly, you will see in two places the Linux is the device we're going to be running on. That's all okay. Now we are going to remove Ninja. Several times I've had it lock up when it goes to build in Ninja. I did some research, and I think it's the version that's coming with either VS Code or with Flutter is older, and it's having a problem on the ARM64. So we're just going to go ahead and remove it completely. So again, you can pause the video and type in exactly the way I did it. You saw I made a couple of keystroke errors. We're going to remove it, and then we'll purge. And some of you who are command line experts could probably write that all in one line. And you can see I have a typo. Typing in too quick. It's not sudo, it's sudo. Now we purged it, and now we are going to reinstall. One thing that I'm not showing you is I reboot. Whenever I'm doing these remove and reinstall, I reboot. So that's a good idea to do that when you make any major changes. I did the update just to get the latest and greatest, and there's nothing new. Now we're going to do sudo apt-get install Ninja. And like I said before, in the description I'll put the timeline so you can jump ahead if you want. So now we're going to check the Ninja build version, and this is as of the time of making this YouTube video. So check versions and release notes. So please stay tuned. I got another video that'll finish this up, and we'll actually run the app on the Raspberry Pi. Subscribe and hit the alert.